prasad jap ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਜੁਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਜੁਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਜੁਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਜੁਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. So was that 5? Yeah, just check. Sometimes when you have to do Moolman, then you have to do a few. I can't keep ginti, so forgive me. So I can't do that well. I can't do much else well, so just bear with me. So the talk today is called Khalsa Spirit Talk, I Am a Pachangi. And this is a talk that's aimed at very young children. It's mainly, we're doing it at camps, up and down, loads of people. If anyone wants these slides, I think Bhai Saab's got them. You can get them off Bhai Saab and you can go forth and do this. And anyone else can do this talk. So it's not mine, it's everyone's. But it's aimed at youngsters, it's aimed at young kids. And we're doing it at a lot of kids camps this summer and however long it goes on for, whichever camps we go to. We're trying to push this talk. And you'll see the reason why. But sometimes things that we tell children, we need to know as well. We really need to know. Sometimes we're telling children how to behave, how to speak, and we need to reflect and behave and speak and copy and live that same way. What we preach to children is what we must take on ourselves in our behaviors as well. So it's called I Am a Pachangi. The word Pachangi. So we'll just reflect on that word Pachangi for a minute. Pachangi means baby cobra, baby snake. And this was a name that the Sahibzade were referred to in the court of Sirhind. So we know the Chote Sahibzade who were, yes, Baba Zorawar Singh Ji and Baba Fateh Singh Ji. They were taken to the court of Sirhind. So I'm not going to go deep into the history of what happened there, but just know they were arrested along with Mata, yeah, and they were taken and they ended up in the court of Sirhind. In the court of Sirhind, it was, imagine a court here. You know how we go to, if you have to ever go to court here, you go to court and everyone is on their P's and Q's. Everyone's quite scared. Everyone's quite timid. When the judge walks in, everyone stands up. When the judge sits down, then you sit down. No one talks, and everyone knows what role they play. And it's a minor, small court here. The courts of those times, the Mughal courts, were the type of courts here times 1,000. It was very royal, very prestige, and very intimidating. People like us get intimidated when we have to go court here sometimes for a fine or something. You kind of wear my best dress, try and present yourself as good as possible. The same in the Mughal court times 1,000. People went to that court and they grovelled on their knees because that court decided whether they live or they die, whether their family succeeds or their family suffer. So in that court, people would grovel on their knees, people would cry, and it's not just a few people. That court used to have thousands of people in, and it used to have the greatest warriors in, like the big Mughal warriors, like Sher Muhammad Khan, Wazir Khan, Jabardast Khan, big warriors that were known and famed throughout history, throughout the Arabic Mughal Empire. They'd sit in this court. Aurangzeb himself would sit in this court. It's a huge court. And for a moment, let's just reflect on Aurangzeb, who Aurangzeb was. And we often say our Guru had a confrontation, had a war and a fight with Aurangzeb. And we sometimes say Aurangzeb and we just like dismiss who Aurangzeb was. Aurangzeb was the 6th Mughal Badshah. He was the richest Badshah up until that point in history. And if he was alive today, he'd probably be the richest person on the planet today. His kingdom spread over it spread up until Russia, up until some parts of Europe, across Asia, across North. His area was massive. He himself, when he set his tumble, when he set his asan, where he sits and he relaxes, that encampment spread from 3 to 6 miles, just his encampment. Just vichar here, where we are now, and just imagine what's 6 miles from here. Or what's 3.5, 4, 5 miles from here. That was his encampment. Or he'll be surrounded in all directions with just his encampment. That's his forces, his armies. So you can imagine how deep he rode, how many people he had with him, how royal he was. When Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib went anywhere later on in their life, they always had 500 warriors with them. Aurangzeb had millions, he had thousands, tens of thousands. And to have a situation to fight against our Guru, he can't be just a normal guy. And many people have said that back before his Janam as Aurangzeb, he had previous Janams which he did a lot of tap to get Raj here. So he was a great king for the Mughals. He was one of their best, one of their richest, and also one of their bravest. At the age of 16, his encampment, a hathi broke free. A mast hathi broke free and is roaming around in the encampment, and Aurangzeb on foot killed it with a spear. It just shows that he was knowledge in warfare, horses, all these different things. He was very smart, very literate, and he's very, very ruthless. Extremely ruthless. He killed his brother Dara Sakor. He killed his father. In fact, when his brother Dara Sakor was imprisoned in the fort of Agra, he had his father imprisoned in the fort of Agra. He had his brother Dara Sakor decapitated and the head sent to his father. He had his sons, he had his nephews, Solomon Ko, and the other one also killed and exiled killed. He had his sons, his own children, exiled from the empire. So leave the Mughal Rajas, leave it, stay outside it. So he's extremely ruthless. So ruthless, in fact, that many Muslims in the Arabic world, they stepped away from him and they said, no, we don't like this guy. And then he arranged a meeting and he sat down with them and he said, what do you want me to do? For me to win favor back in the Arab world, what shall I do? And that's when they said to him, make the whole of Hindustan convert them all into Islam. And that's when he wrote Fatwa al-Alamgiri, and his nickname was also al-Alamgir. And that's where he wrote a fatwa of how to rule and govern the whole of this area and this region. So he's extreme fanatical person. And history doesn't write that. History, obviously, their version of history doesn't record what actually happens. They record their version and they write what they want about him. In fact, in their version of the history, they exclude all the zulm that he did against the Sikh, the Battle of Jamgor. They don't even record it. They record a brief few lines. If you read many books about Aurangzeb's life, they mention Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib briefly, but they don't mention anything else. A lot of books, they don't even mention Guru Gobind Singh. This is how much they've tried to write Sikhi out of their history and what they preach and what they do out there. So that's why it's very important we tell our history, because no one else is going to tell our history. In the same way, if you look at reports of, say, 1984, if you look at reports from other people, they're not going to mention how brave our Surme are. So we must read our own resources to see what actually happened from our side. And so they're in the court, the younger Sahibs are in the court, and Wazir Khan says to these children, he says to these young Sikh sons of Guru Gobind Singh, he says to them, your father's died. He goes, your Khalsa has been destroyed, your brothers have been killed in Shaheed in Jamgor, your father was killed in Jamgor, there's nothing left. You're on your own now. Imagine we got some youngsters here. Imagine someone saying to you, you've been taken away, kidnapped from your family, no one else is there, and then they're surrounding you, they're scaring you, and they're saying your family's not left, your dad's been killed, your brothers have been destroyed. Convert, bow to us. It's very intimidating. It's very scary. And this is what happened. And sometimes we can't imagine the psyche of that court. How wild it was. When we imagine it, we sometimes, because we watched a film, we imagine it kind of colourful. Imagine the real psyche. Imagine how intimidating it was. When we walk into a room, there's thousands of people there, and they go, Takbir, Allahu Akbar, and they're all shouting. They're all booing when our little youngsters are walking in. It's very intimidating. It's very scary. But in that court, our Sahibzad, they walk forward and they gaj, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. And that's when the Mughals speak out and they go, you don't say Fateh here. Here you bow down your head and you say Salam. Your Fateh is dead. Your gurus, your family have all been destroyed. We killed everyone. And you know what the Sahibzad, they respond at this time? The Sahibzad, they respond and they say to the Mughals, you can fire as many arrows as you want up into the sky, but you will never kill the sky. No matter how brave, how strong you are, can you capture the sun with your hand? No, you can't. In the same way, you cannot capture our father, Guru Gobind Singh. You cannot kill the Khalsa. This is the jawab they gave. And when a jawab like that's given, it gets everybody shook. It gets everybody scared. Everybody put on the back foot. Someone so sure of themselves. And that's when there's a very much longer conversation. But one of the things that spoke about in that court, they say is, you know what, these children, let's kill them. Just kill them. Can't let them live. Roughly around 7 and 9 years ago, and I know Mardo. And at one point, there's a Mughal there by the name of Sher Muhammad Khan. He gets up and he goes, no, ez zulm, we cannot kill these children. Islam doesn't allow us to kill children, to kill youngsters like this. This is haram, this is galt, I'm not doing it. And then they turn to him and they go, Guru Gobind Singh, their father, he killed your brother in the battle of Chumkor. He killed so many of your men. He killed our greatest generals. And you have a chance now to take Badala. Why aren't you doing it? Why are you scared? Are you a coward? And Sher Muhammad Khan responds with, what you're doing is what cowards do. He goes, I have a situation, I have a war with Guru Gobind Singh, and when I see Guru Gobind Singh, we will fight, and we will battle, and we will go to war with each other, but I will not do this. And Sher Muhammad Khan leaves. And when someone else leaves, say was talking about something, someone leaves, it creates, everyone else is going to be start talking, is he correct? And to shush that down, Vizir Khan and Suchanand, they stand up, they take control of the crowd, they take control of everyone. And they say, ask him, if we let them go, what are they going to do? They ask him, if we let you go, what will you do? And the Sahibzad, they straight up tell the truth. They respond that we will go back, we will gather the Khalsa, we will come back and we will destroy, we will level this whole city. And that's when Suchanand speaks out and he says the words that these guys are snakes, these guys are baby cobras, we got to kill them. You know, in the same way in the Bend they kill snakes, if the babies or if the old, kill these little snakes, they're full of venom. If we allow these guys to grow, what problems are they going to cause for us? Destroy them, kill them. These are Pachangis. And the Sahibzad there are referred to as Pachangis, as little cobras. Because if you look at the nature of cobras, if you look at the nature of snakes, what are they like? They don't get into anyone's business. They stay doing their thing. You attack them, you say anything to them, then they're ready to bite, ready to attack. And when Guru Gobind Singh later finds out about the Shahidi of the Sahibzad there, he found out what happened to his children. And when they write Zafarnama, they write these lines. So what have you killed my 4 sons, the Char Sahibzad, the hooded cobra, the Khalsa is referred to now as the hooded cobra, still sits ready and awake. Still sits ready and awake, ready to bite, ready to fight back. And from those days forward, the little Pachangis, the little Singhs and Singhania, Pachangania in the Panth were known as these baby cobras. We ourselves adopted that name and called them Pachangi aa gaya. And even before this, in our Bani, when Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj was very young, they even wrote Bhujang Priyat Shan, the chal of the sap. So, like wildlife, very beloved to Sikh and the Guru, and they're very knowledgeable about this, and we accepted that name, Pachangi. And so what we want to do is bring that spirit back into us. Bring that spirit back of being Pachangis, of being cobras, being Pachangania. Having that fight back, having that venom, having that bite. Because what happens slowly throughout time, we become very docile, very soft. People tell us what to do, they tell us when to sit, when to stand, and we do what everyone else says. We need to bring that fighting spirit back. And that's why you guys are all Pachangis. We are all Pachangis and Pachangania. We are cobras. Think about that. Think about the names that Guru Sahib gave us. And so last year or the year before, we made a set of small rules for little youngsters to follow and for us to follow as well, just to give us some guidelines and to put us on a better path in our daily lives. And these were set out as posters that we put on our walls for the kids to follow. And I'll read through a few of the rules. We'll go through them in a minute. But what it is just to remind us of what we're supposed to do every day. So the first rule is I wake up early in the morning, I meditate on God's name, Vaheguru. Number 2, I have full faith in my beloved, perfect Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and so on and so on. Reason being that the kids can put this on the wall. You know, kids have got all posters on the wall. Some have David Beckham or Cantona or like Pokemon or pictures of cars. We can have pictures of like this. We have pictures of Mool Mantar, pictures like this. So we wake up and the kids can look at their bedroom and see something inspiring and see things that they should do every day. Why? Because the kids, the youngsters, all of us, we are the future of Sikhi. And this isn't just, don't just think of it, it's a talk, yeah, we're the future of Sikhi, awesome, go back home and live our normal lives. This is a huge responsibility. This is very intimidating. If we read this, and we're like, yeah, future of Sikhi is all good, and we're fine with it, we need to cross-check we're the future. That means in the future, the adults, the children that come after us, they're going to read about what we did and how we behaved, like the way we read about our elders. So this is very, very intimidating. This is quite scary. If we are the future of Sikhi, we must live to a certain degree, a certain level, behave a certain way, do things a certain way, and take care of things a certain way. Like the Pratan Gursikh Sambal, the whole of Sikhi. Our parents came over to this country, they built the Gurdwara, they chalad our dharam in a new desh. Now it's up to us to up that level, to get our Santia, to read our Gurbani, to do the Prachar and to make our Sikhi strong. It's very important that we do. If we are the future of Sikhi, we have got to do something to make sure Sikhi is blessed. No, we can't make Sikhi blessed, but make sure the future is blessed for the youngsters and make sure you guys are stronger than we can dream of being. So with that, we're just going to recap these 10 rules. And this is what we're doing for the camps, for the little kids. We're going through these rules. And these aren't rules that we thought, yeah, we're smart, we know them. These are rules that already exist in Sikhi. And what we've done is take them, put them in a poster and put it on a talk. These rules, everything here already exists. There is nothing new. If you look at the 52 hukams of Guru Gobind Singh, these are right, they're landed in there as well. They're taken from there. If you look at Gurbani, everything is from other places. Nothing is our own thinking or doing. Any of the Sevadars who help with this, nothing is ours. Everything exists before. And rule number 1 that we had is, I wake up early in the morning and meditate on God's name, Vaheguru. Very simple. Very simple room. And Guru Sahib says it var in Gurbani. So wake up early, jap God's name. But what do we do? Be very honest. What do we do when we wake up? I could tell you the first thing I do. I wake up, do my eyes, oh man, oh my God. Reach for the phone. And then start looking at messages, looking at missed calls, looking at all this. First thing, I reach for this. Like a passport for other people to interrupt into my life. And some days, if you as Galjugi as me, you end up opening Instagram or one of these apps, Shad Paraman. It just puts you on a downer straight away. First thing we need to do as soon as we wake up, and I tell the kids this as well. What do my kids do as soon as I tell them to wake up? As soon as I pull the gumball and say, get up, what do they say? 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. Oh, don't water attack us. No, leave us alone. No, no. That's the first thing they do. What we need to do first thing is say one word. What word? Shabash. As soon as you wake up, before your eyes even open, start saying Vaheguru. This one thing, this one small Shabad, but it's the biggest Shabad in the world, will change everything. It will take so many dukkh and pain and stresses away. As soon as you haven't even have to sit up yet, as soon as your eyes are open a little bit, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Have your alarm clock, whatever it is, if it's on your phone, have it the other side of the room and have that as Simran as well. So as soon as you get up, as soon as Vaheguru, Vaheguru, then sit on your bed. For a few moments, as soon as you get up, don't worry about, oh man, I got to do this. Just sit on your bed, Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. Get in that vibe. And then as you go to walk to the bathroom, whatever you do, when you do your morning Kriya, just keep doing Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. When you're having Ishnan, everything you're doing, keep saying Vaheguru, keep saying Vaheguru. When you're doing your brush, then you could do it in your mind. Otherwise you're like that. So you do it in your mind at that point. And you know in your mind, this is like very important. You know in your mind, we all have a conversation, yeah? We all have something going on in our mind. Right now, you could be thinking, Aj pizza langriya. Oh man, how long is this going to be? It's hot today. Flana said this to me today. Oh my God. We all have things going on in our mind, conversations. That conversation we replace with Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. That conversation we have going in our mind, replace that with Vaheguru. Keep saying Vaheguru in your mind so then you don't have to move your lips. If Vaheguru's going on, Vaheguru's going on, Vaheguru's going on. But while you're here now, while you're waking up, keep saying it with your lips. Say it loud. Say it loud so that other people in the house here, we're not showing off to them, not showing off to anyone else in our house. But what happens if they see us saying, hear us saying Vaheguru, then they reminded as well, I said Vaheguru. And then they start saying Vaheguru, then everyone starts saying Vaheguru. Then holy, holy, everyone gets up. In the morning, do not talk. Don't start with Galla. I stayed at one Guru Sikh's house in India. I'm trying not to do loads of side stories, but sometimes they come. I stayed in one Guru Sikh's house in India, and he's very greeb. He had one bed in his house. Everyone else slept on the floor. The whole family slept on the floor. We slept on the floor as well. And when they had a rule in their house, as when they get up, like Gyaniji would get up first, go have Ishnan, come back, sit down, and then they'd start doing Sahaj Path. They do Prakash of the Poti Sahib and start reading Sahaj Path. And then everyone has to get up, no one talks. They only had one bathroom, so vari, without speaking, one person would get up, have Ishnan, come back and sit, doing their own simran and listening to the Sahaj Path. And then the other one would go, and then it would take like an hour, like 6 or 7 people going and holy coming back. Then sit and listen to the Sahaj Path. Then they would start their Nityanem. Then afterwards, everyone's had Ishnan, and then they've done like 20, 30, 40 yang of the Sahaj Path. Then did take Bisram and start their Nityanem. Then everyone would start their Nityanem. But just that vibe in that house where no one talks, Asharin Ali, like you go next. So Tiki, you go like that. No one speaks. And those vibes are just different. It's totally different to, Dad, man, why are you throwing water on us? I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do that. It's totally different to what happens in my house. But if we can implement things like this in our house, holy, put a speaker on where everyone can hear that Naam Simran, just so we wake up. You know, everyone wakes up, and straight away, as soon as they wake up, they start getting stressed again. Oh, I got this work appointment today. I got Ofsted coming in. I got this appointment. I got that. Oh, straight away, stress comes back. What is stress? Stress is often the overthinking of our problems. We keep thinking about them, Someone said this about me, and then you keep thinking. Someone said my jawla's not nice, and then you keep thinking, isn't it? And hoya ki press ni fairy. Oh my God, it isn't pressed as well. Like they start thinking, and you get into socha. And this, if you just replace with those soch, with just Vaheguru Shabad, you live a bit more free and chill. You live a bit more relaxed. I was in Punjab last year, and one of the Singhs said to me, he goes, "Thwadde England, where sare no depression hoya." सारे आंदे सारे डिप्रेशन होई इत्थे तां डिप्रेशन हुंदी नहीं he goes देखो and he pointed at he goes look सारे सेवा दे विच like no one cares there's someone covered in mud someone giving patte to horses someone's running to get water someone's doing langar di seva everyone's caught up in seva and simran there's no space for depression and that's what we got to do make our lives so busy with naam simran and seva that depression hasn't got a chance someone in the busy langar hall when there's loads of pande to wash ask them how depressed they are when they've got a whole after 30 different but they don't oh God, grab the thing we ain't got time to be depressed we got to wash we got to clean you get caught up in seva it takes these things away we think too much about ourselves my life's so important I got to do this I got to do that and then we think so much about ourselves when we think so much about ourselves that's what opens the doors for depression and all these other things but rule number 1 wake up early in the morning and meditate on God's name once you've done your naam simran after you've done your naam simran 10-15 minutes you've done all your morning kriya you've had ishnan all of that tied your dastar tied your patka done your gutti your got whatever sat down then start your nitnem and if you're amritari you know what your nitnem is if you're not amritari if you're still walking towards the path read a shabad read one shabad read the hukamnama of the day listen to Japji Sahib if you can't do it do all these things accept these bani or just listen follow along or just play it just make these routines in your life and they will take care of you and then we're going to go on to rule number 2 we'll go quickly through them because I know time I have full faith in my beloved perfect Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji and that's why we've got to understand our full 100% Vishwas should be in Guru Sahib more than the elements, more than the sarkar, more than nature that the sun's going to rise tomorrow. Our faith is more in Guru Granth Sahib. Turki Bani, this is the Bani from Parameshwar Vaheguru, the Bani of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And this Bani we can read straight every single day. We have one-to-one access to Guru Bani. We don't have to ask anyone's permission to have a conversation and talk to our Guru. We can have such a close relationship with our Guru that no one else can even be aware of. Because it's such a beautiful and amazing thing that Guru Sahib made Guru Bani, the Guru made Shabad, the Guru. We can have that Shabad with us in our hearts, on our lips, on our minds, all the time. And no one can take that away. Our Guru is everywhere. And that's why it's very important. Have Guru Bani up by heart, read Bani and have full Shabad. Anything that happens in our lives, what do? We come to the Gurdwara Sahib, we do Ardas, we might do Gra Prasad, we take a Hukamnama and we take that Hukamnama away, meditate on it, read it, reflect on it. And then sometimes we take a Hukamnama when we're in trouble as well. And a Hukamnama is a message that we need at that time. Some people by being just out of a mistake, they say Hukamnama is a random Shabad. Hukamnama isn't random. Hukamnama is the exact Shabad we need in our lives at that exact time. And sometimes we don't understand it. I've taken Hukamnama, I could a person tell you, and at that time been in trouble, and at that time Maharaj, I need you to say like look, you're going to look after me in all of this. Like I need one of those, I need a Hukamnama like that where, but a different Hukamnama came. And I didn't understand it at that point. But 5-6 years on, I look back and I think, yeah, I needed that advice. I needed that then. At the time, you don't understand it. And sometimes in our lives, youngsters as well, you're not going to understand things that happen right now. In 10 years from now, you'll look back at your childhood and I understand why mum and dad said you're not allowed on the computer. I understand why mum and dad said you only can play for 10 minutes on the phone and then it's off, no phones. I understand why mum and dad never let me play with those other kids. I understand why mum and dad never let me eat that food or eat that or do that. You understand later on. And the same way for us as people slightly older, things happen in our lives and we don't understand it till a bit later on. And one thing that happens is we have so much sharda and so much relation with the people around us that we put more importance on them. For example, in high school, your friends are so important. I've been to high school, and at that point, your friends, your class friends, are more important than your parents. If your parents say to you, "Aaj shoe lalata saste," you're like, "Nah, forget, you don't know." You want the shoes that all your friends have, and you want to show off to them. To the extent you say to your mum and dad, "No, don't pick me up from school, just stay back, lage now." Because we're bothered what our so-called friends think. And then we will say to our parents, we say to other people, we say to sevadars in the Gurukar, that nah, these that don't know, my friends, they know everything. Then after a bit, we know what happens. You leave high school, and you realize that those friends weren't nothing. They were just waste. They were just rubbish. You know, and then you think, my friends now, college friends, these are my proper friends. And you put more focus on them. Then you leave college, you go to uni, or you go to work, and you think, these are my... Every time you keep leaving all these friends, realize very few will stay with you. What you need to focus on is Guru Sahib, your families, the Sangat. And I can tell you, the Sangat have stayed. Friends in life have come and gone. Sangat from the Gurukar, from camps have stayed. And you don't even have to see him every day. You see him after 10 years. Onna hi pyar hunda hai. Like Bhai Sahib, I see him after 3-4 years, and onna hi pyar, we start off the conversation there. But sometimes I see him with friends that try and show, look what. But trust me, your families, Guru Sahib, Sikh Has, these are your true friends. And that's what we've got to have our focus on. And our greatest friend is the Gurbani Akhar. Because these Gurbani Akhar will be with you when you need them most. I could tell loads of different side stories, but I'm going to go forward. So, have full faith. Number 3, I look after my hair long, my case, and never cut it. You should say long hair, but thank you, Bhai Sahib. I look after my long case and never cut it. Why? Because this is a rule from our Guru. Our Guru told us keep your case, so we keep our case. There's many reasons. There's many physical reasons, many spiritual reasons, but the biggest reason of all, Guru Sahib said it, so we do it. That's it. I'm quite a simple person. Guru Sahib said it, so we do it. That's it. There's many other reasons that we can go on for hours talking about the benefits of case and Simran, the benefits of case and all these other things, but we do it because Guru Sahib said. And what is it? Someone said to me once, a true story, someone said to me once, and this is, I'm not saying to a Monne or anyone that they're lesser or anything like that, they're just on a different stage of Sikhi. And if we got long case, we don't look down on people who don't. We encourage everyone, we show everyone that one pyar. But someone comes to me and they go to me, Nana, Sikhi ta andar hundi hai. Your dil mera saaf ya, andar mein sang ya. And I go to, no, but Maharaj, why did they have to keep long case then? Andar ho nahi si say. And he says, no, I'm not saying it like that. And I go, theek hai. Man gaya, man yo gal, da andar tu sahi ya. Andar tu sang ya. Let's change the subject. Why are you wearing a manu top? And he goes, I'm wearing a manu top. And his boss, Sean Canal, he showed his top. He goes, because I've rep manu, I love them. This is my team, man. I wear these colours. Did you watch the match yesterday? Oh, nah, don't really watch it. But was it good? And he goes, yeah, it's good. This happened. I go, theek hai, Galson. But you don't need to wear it. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, what's the benefit of wearing it? He goes, now whenever I go, then people know I rep manu. I feel like I'm part of the team. When we go to, have you been to a match? I go, yeah. You know, when we go and stand in the stands together, all of us together, it's a different feeling. We're all singing the same songs. We're all repping the same uniform. And I go, this is kind of the same with the case as well. And he goes, yeah, but that's religion. This is. He goes, nah, forget you. And he walked off. Because Galta Utti is the same thing. We're repping our team. We're repping our team that your Alex Furtherhand or whatever comes with, you're not going to put money in front of him and bow down to him. But we do to our team, we do to our leader, to our Guru. And that's what we're going to do. Our Guru's everything to us. And you know what happens? Even my own friends, like my caste friends, they will sit and watch like football for 90 minutes, won't even blink. If someone talks like that in a football match, and when they kick the ball into the net and they score a point, they're like, yes, he kicked the ball into the net, he's got a point. The inna shong. But when they're sitting in the Gurukar, or a bog's happening, or a katha's happening, or Shahidi Bhai Mani Singh is happening, they're like, oh man, I'll go down, I can't sit properly. It's what we attune to. So at this young age, attune to the right things. Like you guys, you youngsters have got it on point. You're attuning to Sakya, to Simran, and just live it every day. I've been into India sometimes, and you know when the katha's going on, the old bajurg come back and they sit down and they're, oh, kal nu ki hoga? Oi, 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 kal nu Baba Bidhi Chand ne kidda kan. They're living it like it's actually happening. And that's what we should do every time. Like this year, we're all going to listen to the Shahidi Katha of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib. Live it day by day, listen to it, but be in that moment and build that pyar and relationship with Sikhi in that same way. So we keep our gaze and never cut it. Number 4, I train hard to know how to fight so I can stand up to bullies and protect others. Again, this is nothing that we made. All these things exist already. Like even in Shastra Vidya, even in Pant Prakash, it says Shastra Vidya Jam Hoy Sambal. Like to learn Shastra Vidya and preserve in any way you can. Why? So you can stand up to bullies. Who were the bullies in those times? It was the tyrants, the Mughals. Who are the bullies in our times? Might be the people at school. It might be the people out on the street. But we all learn to defend ourselves. And that's boy or girl. Everyone should know how to fight. Sant, you know how we say Sant Sapai? That applies to both of us. That applies to both males and females. Everyone should know how to fight. Everyone should know how to defend themselves. Everyone should know how to use their voice. When the Amrit Sanchar happened, Maharaj put blades on everybody. Everyone got gifted with the Shastra. So everyone should know how to take care of it, use it. Everyone should know how to use the voice, walk, talk with confidence. And if it came down to it, punch, fight, bite, kick, throw someone down, we all need to learn that. And you can't learn it in one session. It's daily practice. Now we do our Nityanem every day. We have to do our training every day. And Nityanem will protect us here and in the other world. Our training, our Shastra Vidya, our Gatka, our martial arts will protect us here as well and ensure that we get on to go on good places. So very important. Hands up if you train or do martial art. Alright, next time, everyone needs their hands up. And don't be scared. Sometimes it's very intimidating going into a class. Oh my, I've not had a fight. It's been 19 years. It's been a few years I've not had a car accident, but I still put the belt on every time I get in. Every time I get in the car, I still wear my belt. In the same way, doing your training is like putting your car seat belt on, keeping you up and do it. It doesn't matter about looking stupid. Some people always intimidate, time, I haven't got time. That's the biggest excuse people use, I haven't got time. But you can get an app on your phone that tells you how many hours you spend on your phone. And you look and sometimes it's like 3 hours, 4 hours. If you got those 4 hours, you got enough time. If we've got time to eat, we've got time to train, we've got time to work, we could take a shorter day, whatever, but find time. Very important. There's classes in all the Gurdwara Sahibs. So make sure we all do that. Very important. And standing up to bullies isn't just fighting, it's also using our voice as well. Just by using our voice, just by being confident, we can avoid a lot of fights. Just by having the ability to say, "Oh, get back, no, stop." What are you looking at? Just by these things, we can stop a lot of advancements and stuff like that. So just learn all those things. Number 5, I respect my parents and elders. We must all respect our parents and elders. Listen to what our elders have to say. They've done things. Sometimes we fight with our elders. They built these Gurdwara. Our elders, when we read the history books, they are the ones who wrote those history books. They are the ones in the history books. It's very important we respect our parents and our elders. And sometimes when I say this, when people say, "But my mum and dad don't know about Sikhi," it doesn't matter. You still respect them. You still show them love. If your parents don't know about Sikhi, explain Sikhi to them. If your parents are anti you being in Sikhi, live such a way that inspires them to become into Sikhi. Because we're having a problem, especially back in the Midlands. This is East Midlands. Back in West Midlands, we have a problem. Loads of people saying, our kids have come into Sikhi. We don't know much about Sikhi. And they're doing all these things. And we don't know, is it right or wrong? Can we shout at them? And I always say, you're still their parent regardless. Parents are parents, and you have to parent your children. Regardless of what they say. you still look after them, you still look out for them and guide them on that right path and learn with them. And us as youngsters, our job is to tell our parents. Another thing, kids, there's one rule that we have: you're not allowed to keep any secrets. Okay? You're not allowed to keep any secrets from your parents or whoever looks after you. You have to tell them everything. That means literally everything. If someone says something to you, if someone pushes you, if someone gives you a sweet or some money, or someone touches you inappropriately, anything that happens, you have to tell your parents, you understand? No secrets. Even if it's at school, even if it's a policeman, even if it's anywhere else at a camp or a community centre, if anyone says anything to you that you don't feel right, you go and tell your parents. Even if they say keep it a secret. Even if they say, yo, I'll give you £20, shh. We don't take anything off anyone. We don't need anything off anyone. We still go and tell our parents. You guys understand that? Yeah. I need you to nod so I see. You understand? Nod like that. You all understand? Yeah? You tell your parents everything. And that means parents, we and elders as brothers, sisters, we must tell our children the same. Tell us everything. That means we can't shout at them for everything as well. Because they're going to tell you everything. They're going to tell you some crazy things like this happened and that happened. We have to listen to everything and respond with love with everything. Because they're going to tell you, the floodgates will open. Like when I explained, one of my kids sometimes tell me, oh, what did you do? Yeah, I've done this, and I broke that, and I said this, and I also did this. You have to hold back the chaper and give them a hug and say, thank you for telling me, good. Next time we do this, next time we do that. Because otherwise, they're not going to tell us. Older guys, especially those who are probably parents now, what did we do as kids? Mummy, daddy, no need dasna. We kept everything secret. Don't tell them nothing. We need to change that culture, that we make sure we tell our parents everything. Okay, other thing, I study and work hard, always trying to do the best I can. We study and work hard, always trying to be the best. It doesn't matter what we're doing, we try our hardest. We don't care about the result that you get. What we care about is how hard you try. And it doesn't matter if you look stupid asking a question in front of the whole class. You ask and you do this. And you guys are blessed. I could tell you, when I went to do Santia second time, they put me in the children's class. I was a big guy, all next to little kids. And they were like this big, like your guys' height. And I felt bestie every time going in there. I thought, what the? But it was very humbling. Because that's at Hajur Sahib. When I was in Taksal, I had a one-to-one. I got proper treated beautifully. It was the best. When I went to Hajur Sahib, they go, who are you? You want special treatment? They ain't getting no special treatment. Go to the kids' class. So I was in the class with you guys. And it's very humbling. So elders, it's very good to get humbled as well. If we don't know something, why not learn it? And that's a very important thing about Sikhi. What does Sikhi mean? What does Sikh mean? The one who learns, yeah? It means student. What happens when I say I know everything? Minnu pata hun, I don't need to learn anything else. What happens to my Sikhi? What happens to your Sikhi when you say that's it? I don't need to learn everything, I know everything. Your Sikhi stops. And your Sikhi can never stop. If we say minnu aa gaya hun minnu ni sikhandi Lord, then our Sikhi stops. What's the point in even living if our Sikhi stopped? So always got to keep learning. We can always be reading, always be studying a Shabad again and again, because it's not the same Shabad every time. We get something different. And now, say we've learned Gurbani Khair, now learn Santhya again. You don't just do it once, do it 10, 15, 20 times. Start to learn Kirtan. I still got to start watch when we start learning Kirtan. And the windows break, and there's so much to learn. We're not going to stop. Keep learning. Or I've learned all this. Now I'm going to learn to ride a horse. Now I'm going to learn to do this. Now I'm going to learn to cook this prashada and do this. Now I'm going to learn how to do this building seva. Now, and we can still always be learning. Hands up if you're learning something right now, not from here, but in your lives now. If you're learning something, you're on a course or you're learning something. All right, next time, think in a week from now, everyone should be able to put up their hand, even if we're 80 or 90. Still be out there, still be learning, still be grinding, still be building our Sikhi. Also, number 7, I am honest, polite and humble. Make sure we're always honest. It's a very hard thing to do. Make sure we're polite and make sure we're humble. We don't think we're bad boys or walk around like gangsters or anything like that. We got to walk with biyar, speak everyone. And you know what, guys? I teach the kids, you know, around where in Birmingham, we teach the kids some special words. And you know what one of the special words is? Ji. Can you say Hanji? Naiji. We teach the kids simple things like that. Because they say to the parents, yeah, nah, like that. And just Hanji. Every time we address our elders, we put a G on the end. Even if you speak English, say, can I have a drink, G? And just add that respect and holi try and speak Punjabi with our parents, our elders. Say please, say thank you. Say tanvad. Say bahut meherban. Say that to the sevadars, to the Granthi Singh. Bahut khushi hoi when we meet them. And show that respect when we're in the langar ho, someone gives us a prasada. Say bahut tanvad, Vaheguru kripa rakhe. Show that respect to everyone. At school, when we go to school, when we leave the classroom, say to the teacher, thank you miss, thank you sir. You know the dinner lady. Say, oh, thank you miss, thank you sir. Say thank you, say please. Anything we have, we say please. Even to our brothers and sisters, can I have a look at the car please? Thank you, and then we give it back. Say these things, be very polite. It's very important. Number 8, I listen to the Sakya of our gurus and shaheeds, which make me brave and give me courage. Every day, let's listen to our Sakya, of our Matawa, of our brothers, of our sisters, of our gurus. Every day listen to them. More important than Netflix or YouTube or any of these things, our own Sakya. And now we're so blessed. You guys have like Friday Night Sikhi. You have the Shidi Bunga. Go on their channels. They have the Katha. They have Sakya. The Bhai Sahabs are doing Sakya. Some of this are gone now. But they put little videos out. Basics of Sikhi have videos out. There's other podcasts. If you don't know Punjabi, you can read to in English. But then try and listen to the Punjabi as well. If you try and watch all the videos on Sikhi on YouTube, you won't be able to. If you try and listen to all the Katha, you won't be able to. There's that much. So we can never say there's nothing for us to listen to. There is. Number 9, I'm loyal to my faith, my Guru, and my Khalsa brothers and sisters. This is our team. We stay on this team. No matter what happens, this is the team we belong to. We stay on this team and we die for this team. We die as a part of this team. Our families were built within this team. So if you're on this team, then we can get married in Sikhi. If you're not in Sikhi, we don't want to get married. We don't want to know. We only do things in Sikhi, in our own team. We don't leave the team. Even if it's tough, even if sometimes being on this team is hard, we still stick to our team, which is Sikhi. You stick loyal here. And that means Guru Sahib made rules already for us, that when it comes to giving out daswand, we give out daswand here, and then as a community can we decide who we help and how we help. We build things in our community, and then we can go and help others, look after others. But when we get inspiration as well, we draw it from our Guru first. So this is where we stay loyal. And the last rule is I eat mainly healthy foods. The person who wrote this rule, they wrote first, I eat healthy foods, and I thought put mainly, because it's a bit hard to not. So we eat mainly healthy foods, lots of fruit and vegetables to stay fit and healthy. I stay away from alcohol and intoxicants. So we eat and stay healthy. We don't just always eat cereals or Cocoa Pops or pizzas all the time. We stay fit and healthy, try and eat healthy langar, and we stay away from sharab, we stay away from drugs, we stay away from vapes, all these things. Because you know how slowly when you get older, especially in high school, people do all these types of crazy things. And they try and say to us, yo, come to the park, everyone's going to have a session, or come here, everyone's doing this. We don't get involved in any of that. That will take you down a different path. It will take you down a hard path. I met somebody in jail. So sometimes we go to prisons to do talks, and I met someone in prison, and as I was talking to him, the guy goes to me, you know what, Singh, when I was a little kid, I used to have the gutti and everything. I used to have a jura, and what happened is he cut his jura as a bit older, and then he started hanging around with different people, and he goes, because of that, then I started having drugs, then I started selling drugs, then I started selling more drugs. Then I started fighting people. Then I ended up thinking I'm a gangster. I got into a fight and did some bad stuff. Now I'm in jail for like 20 years. And he said to me, if I had my gutti still, I wouldn't have had those drugs because I wouldn't have hang around with those kids. I wouldn't have went to the park. Instead, I would have just went and played football or stayed in the school. And because my gutti went, I started going down a wrong path, ended up in drugs, had it once, and then it just snowballed. So youngsters, stay clear of these things. You know what your drug should be? Training hard, coming to the Gurdwara, doing seva. That's what we need. We don't need anything else. All right, we're just going to finish here. Any questions? No, perfect. And your pizza's here. Just as you said, eat healthy. But so where's the fruit at? Oh no, only way Sangha. You have to, but it's okay now and then, but not all the time. And saying that, I'm working on it myself. I know I'm a bit heavy. Manage get up in 6 months, I won't be as heavy. And then you could say, you know what, you're right, because you said that and you really did it. Otherwise, say to me, you said you gave us a talk about eating healthy, you're not healthy yourself. Say it to me. Be honest. You got to be brave enough to just say it, to call things out. All right, thank you guys. Bol chuk maaf karna. Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa. Vaheguru ji ki Fateh.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह बेनती है सारी संगत नु शक के जायो I know it said healthy food but they brought the pizzas for everyone so बहुत धन्यवाद भाई मान सिंह जी दा who's come from Birmingham Basics of Sikhi and the way Bhai Maan Singh connects with the youngsters especially. I was looking at their faces as the talk was happening and they were fully concentrating, so the ability to connect to the youngsters and not just the youngsters, all the adults as well. So he's got a real gift there, है ना? So बहुत धन्यवाद. Sandeep Singh, where's Sandeep Singh gone? He's going. Okay, while Sandeep Singh's coming, next week Gyani Sukhraj Singh ji are going to come and do a talk for us. So Gyani Sukhraj Singh ji have got so much experience, life experiences. It's got so much knowledge. They've done sangat of Mahapurkhs. They've stayed in the Dera, they've stayed in Taksal. So, you know, they've got so much experience to share with everyone. So please do come next week and tell others about it as well. I'm not 100% sure what the topic is, but just the fact that they're coming, let's just come and listen to them as well. Theek hai ji? So, yeah.
Guys, you know when you come to these talks, I tell you what, I used to teach in school and I always used to say to the kids, what's a stupid question? What's a stupid question? And then people think, is it this kind of question? Is it when I ask this? The stupid question is one that you keep inside, is one that you don't say it out loud. Because if there's something inside and you've got that question genuinely, ask it. If you ask it as part of the talk, the Sefadar might say, I'll answer it later in private, we'll talk. But ask those questions. Otherwise, those questions are going to stay inside us and we're going to grow old and we're going to think, now I'm too old to ask that question, or now I can't ask this. But ask questions. Every week, kids, have a little book and write all the questions down that you've got about Sikhi, that you've got about life, that you've got about anything, and come and ask the Sevadars. Come and ask, and when you ask these questions, you might feel like a fool for a minute or two, but in the long run, you're going to be the wise one because you're going to have so much extra knowledge. Ask these questions. Anything, come and ask at the Gurukar. If you're worried about anything, or someone else said something, or someone else does this, ask these questions. What should we do? What does Guru Sahib say about this? How do I do Sikhi? I don't feel like doing my part. Why do we have prashad? Why do we stand up when we do ardas? Why do they wave like a Chor Sahib? I don't get it. Ask these questions. Why does Madastar have to be like this? Why do they give us rope? Keep asking and you have all these knowledge. You eventually have loads more knowledge than any of us.
Anji beinti hai Sandeep Singh nu to give a suropa from the Gurdwara as a thank you to Bole so nihal sat sri akal Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa Vaheguru ji